I am ShervyShae, and yes, I am a personal development junkie working towards self-love, discovery. I have been through a journey in life, and my life has changed for the better. So I'm still going to continue with this junkiness of being personal, growing. I'm all about that good stuff.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. For a lot of us, um, the journey has to start with some kind of guide, right? So those personal development authors you've been reading, those started you on your path, I imagine.
Yes, it did. Well, first, initially, it started off through a path of a voice telling me like it was time for me to change in my life. Like I was going through a lot, this depression. I at one point had suicidal thoughts.
Mm.
I hated myself. There was just so much negativity that I surrounded myself with mentally in my mind, which corrupted me as a person. And one day I just got to the bottom rock of my life where at your very lowest point is where you somewhat think that that's the end of it, but something just brings you up. And throughout that moment, I was brought up, and I started learning how to discover me as a person. How can I heal myself and love myself? Because self-love was one of the biggest things that I was missing. I didn't know how to do it, right? And
Mhm.
by getting into personal development, discovering books, it then led me towards a journey of, wow, there's so much wonder. Like in this world that I myself can retain, there's abundance, and just tapping into life itself, what the universe, God, however you want to call it, is. It's there, it's offering you this. Take it with full love. And personal development really got me hooked into finding ways how I can take care of me and love myself, be accepting to who I am, as this body only comes only once, right? So who else can love it for you if you can't? And yeah, that's how my journey began, personal development, reading books.
That's awesome. Do you remember the first self-help book that you bought?
Yes, the first self-help book that I bought actually was You Can Heal Yourself by Louise Hay.
Oh,
However, this book, I picked up this book, but I refused to read that book. I had it collecting dust for about 5 years I have no idea where I kept it, but it was collecting dust for a very long time. My instincts didn't want to open that book. Something about that book, it was probably a moment where I wasn't ready to explore who I am, but it was that moment where I needed that book, and it will speak to me when it's the right time. But the first actual book that I opened and read was The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And that book brought
oh,
me into an awareness of my body, of my surroundings, of my acknowledging, knowing that I am a being in this place, and tapping into just being in the moment. I didn't know what stillness was. Stillness to me was the first time word that I heard. What is stillness? What is awareness? And he just talked about so many great things on just allowing yourself to just be still, letting go of the worries, the baggages, because we tend to carry a lot of our past, our burdens, and that's what I've carried for such a long time before I started learning how to love myself as a person. But that book showed me the direction on how I can get into, once I tap into me, I accept me who I am. I look in the mirror, I smile, I give gratitude. Gratitude was something I didn't know about. And the power of now really got me into just being in the present moment. And once I got into the personal journey, I read a bunch of other few books, and then You Can Heal My Life by Louise Brown came back into my life. That's when I opened it, and it was just, wow, gold.
hmm. So you had to have Eckhart bring you into now before you could heal your life.
Yes, exactly. That is exactly what he needed. Those were the steps for me to become, who loving me for who I am.